So I just saw Ninja Batman and it was, well, kind of dumb. I'm not against the premise of Batman in feudal Japan, and I can even admit the aesthetic looks pretty cool. My biggest issue with this movie is just some really bad dialogue and poor plotting. The movie starts with Batman going to confront Gorilla Grodd, who invented a time machine. It turns out everyone else was there that night, all the main villains from Batman's Rogues Gallery, Catwoman, and his sidekicks. Even Alfred is there. Batman shows up at Japan 2 years after everyone else, and soon discovers the Joker is on the verge of taking over Japan. Alfred was able to bring the Batmobile back with him, so Batman goes on the attack, and things get crazy from there. The Batmobile turns into the Batjet, the Batcycle, and then a Bat-mech suit. There's even a Sumo Bane. The action scenes are definitely the best part of the movie. Each one has fluid animation and kinetic energy to spare. I also liked all the double crossing in the movie and the way Batman loses all of his tech. This forces Batman to use the weapons of the time, and even rides a horse. My biggest issue is just all the cheesy dialogue, but I can admit it gets better as the movie goes on. The early stuff with the Joker is just kind of awful, but the movie has an interesting story turn about 30 minutes in. There's one scene with the Red Hood that I found extremely interesting, and for me, it's the highlight of the whole movie. Near the end, there's a giant mech battle with all the villains, and this is pure anime, but the sequence isn't as fun as I thought it would be. Something about the tone of this movie's just off, and the odd pacing doesn't help things either. What should be a non-stop thrill ride ends up feeling like something that was never fleshed out beyond its high-concept premise. There's plenty of DC animated films that are better than this, and I would rank this on the lower end of the list. I did like the animation though, so I guess there's that. Also, this has to be one of the worst Jokers I've ever seen. Almost every scene with him falls flat, and the voice actor is just kind of terrible. I watched the English dub, so I can't comment on the Japanese version. The voice of Batman was fine, and the rest of the cast does a decent job with the material they were given. I'd actually argue this would be a better film without the Joker, as he overwhelms the entire thing and it takes away from the stuff that actually works. Oh, and Batman with a katana is totally badass. The music's pretty good throughout, but it's nothing you haven't heard before. I gotta say, despite trying my hardest to engage with the material, I was just bored throughout. Maybe I would have liked this when I was a teenager, but who knows. The trailer ended up being more entertaining than actually watching the movie, and I can't see myself recommending this to anyone outside of people who love everything Batman. So even though I like the music and some of the action scenes and the animation and all of that, and there was some cool ideas here, and there's a scene in the middle that I really dig, I have to give Batman Ninja a 5 out of 10. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please rewind your VHS tapes before bringing them back to the store.
I like this. This is cute. I want this inside of me. Oh yeah, that's good.